Hey, it's the fish guy.
I'm Billy Lake, Senior Aquarist and Project Manager at Something Fishy.
Awesome to be here with you, Billy, today. I'm glad you're joining us. I heard you have a couple questions for me.
Yeah, I'd like to get some feedback on you as to why we're kind of running this segment, and it's all about other aquarium companies and running an aquarium company and why there might be some struggles doing so.
So business isn't easy no matter what business you're in, I think. And in the aquarium business in general, I think you see a lot of hobbyists that get into business because the hobby's so much fun. So they think, hey, I'm going to take my passion and why don't I make some money doing that, right? The key differential, I think, between the success that we're having and the number of businesses that are either struggling or just failing or they've actually closed their doors is that we've balanced working on your business as well as working in your business. And it's a balance between both, where I think your typical hobbyist is working in your business every day. They're at the cash register or they're the ones bagging the fish. And that's great and all, and that's where some of the fun is. It's great getting your hands wet. But if you're not working on your business, doing some of the things that have to happen behind the scenes, then you're really not going to be able to grow your business. And eventually it's going to catch up with you and you go out of business.
And I feel like that happens even with non-aquarium businesses too. A small startup, it becomes very time-consuming. So what can you do in order to prevent that? How do you strike that work-life balance?
That's a good question. So you probably know for the first 10 years or so when I was in my 20s, I didn't have that work-life balance. I was constantly chasing my tail. I didn't really have the understanding that I have today of how you blend business and life together. And then even within the business world, how you blend, wow, this is fun being out there managing fish tanks, and it's terrible being in the office, doing the paperwork. So, but I think to answer your question, the way that I struck that balance was, one, I understood how important the finances were and the paperwork and the administrative side, so I scheduled it that way. So even to this day, Tuesday, for example, in today's world, is my administrative day. So that's when I come in, I put my admin hat on, and that's what I'm doing that day. I'm not getting my hands wet, I'm not playing with fish tanks, I'm just doing that. So being scheduled and organized with it, I think, is really important.
So I remember when I was first hired here, actually, that I went through a training session on Great Game of Business.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up.
I was wondering if you wanted to do a quick blurb as to why that's important and why we use that as something fishy.
Yeah, that's awesome, Billy. So the Great Game of Business, I think you might have learned that before you even learned the ropes of being a technician here at Something Fishy.
Yeah, definitely.
The Great Game of Business is all about teaching the entire team about the finances of your company. Now, as the owner of a company, you'd think that I am the only one that needs to see the finances. That is the furthest thing from the truth. If you want to have a company where everybody acts like owners, you got to open your books to them, and that's what the Great Game of Business is all about. So, as you know, we brought you in and trained you on what financial statements mean to a business. We relate it to the scoreboard of a football game, right? So when you're playing the game of football, if you don't know what the score is, it's hard to be competitive. It's hard to know how important the next move is. Same thing in business. You need to make sure that you and all of your team understand the scoreboard of your company to know whether you're winning or losing the game. That scoreboard is the financial statements in our business. And as you know, after the years of time you've invested in our team, you're seeing that on a monthly basis. And that ultimately is helping not only myself make decisions, but you to make decisions when I'm not here or not around. And it allows me to be able to work on my business because I have great people like you that are understanding how to make decisions, including when I'm not involved in those decisions.
Yeah, exactly. You were on vacation past week, right?
Yeah, that was awesome.
And somehow we managed to not burn the building down, so...
Billy, I first of all, thank you very much because you and the other team members do such great work. I went away for 7 days or so. I came back and I'm just as relaxed. It's not like my work piled up while I wasn't here. You guys took care of our customers, exceeded our customers' expectations. The showroom looks amazing. Our sales are just as strong as they were, maybe even stronger with some of the things that you're working on. So I think I'll head back out on vacation.
That vacation is denied. If you had one thing to say to our listeners, people who are running a business right now and really making that struggle, what would your one tip be?
I think, again, most of us get into the hobby because this is something we're passionate about. We love it. But you need to make sure that you can also be passionate about business. And if you're not excited about being able to run, grow, and manage your company from a business perspective, which means you're working with coaching your team, you're working in your sales. You know, as an owner of a company, you're always going to be in sales. Your team can be in sales too. And it's whether you're selling why your team members should work for you and on your team, or why customers should do business with you. It's a sales proposition every day, right? So if that is not your cup of tea, then you should probably be just working for somebody else and find your passion there. If you are truly passionate about fish and passionate about being an entrepreneur or a business person, then that is when you can really do the hard work that it takes to grow a business and make sure that you're focusing both on the technical aspect, taking care of aquariums, and the business aspect, running your company.
So all right, Carl, it's been awesome talking to you.
Thanks so much, Billy.
Have a good one.
Carpe diem.